Every major AI platform, Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot, now supports the same protocol for connecting to external tools. One protocol, announced 13 months ago, already backed by Anthropic, OpenAI, Google, Microsoft and Amazon. Donated to the Linux Foundation, 97 million SDK downloads per month. It's called MCP, the Model Context Protocol. And if you're building anything with AI, you need to understand how it works. Before MCP, connecting AI to tools was a mess. Say you have 5 AI apps and 4 tools: GitHub, Slack, Postgres, a file system. That's 20 custom integrations, each with its own auth flow, data format and schema. Every new tool or app makes it worse. This is the N times M problem. MCP collapses that to M plus N. Build a tool server once and it works with every compatible AI client. Build a client once and it can talk to every server. The analogy everyone uses is USB-C for AI, one port for everything. But the more precise comparison is LSP, the Language Server Protocol, which solved the exact same problem for code editors. MCP does the same thing, but for AI and tools. MCP uses json-rpc 2.0 as its wire format and follows a 3-layer architecture: hosts, clients, and servers. The host is the AI application you interact with: Claude Desktop, Cursor, ChatGPT. It manages permissions and routes requests. The client is a protocol component inside the host. Each client maintains a one-to-one session with a single server. If Cursor connects to both GitHub and Postgres, that's 2 separate clients inside one host. The server is a lightweight program exposing capabilities, a local Python script on your machine or a remote server in the cloud. Every session starts with a handshake. The client declares its protocol version. The server responds with its capabilities. Only then can real work begin. Now here's where it gets interesting. MCP defines 3 core primitives, and each one has a different control model. Tools are model controlled. The AI discovers them at runtime and invokes them based on conversation context. Query this database. Create a GitHub issue. This is the closest thing to function calling, but standardized and portable. Resources are application controlled. Read-only data sources, file contents, database schemas, API responses identified by URIs. The host decides when to fetch them. The AI doesn't initiate resource reads. And prompts are user-controlled, reusable templates that the user explicitly selects. The AI never auto-invokes a prompt. Here's a distinction most developers miss. MCP is not a replacement for function calling. It's the layer beneath it. Function calling is how a model expresses intent. MCP standardizes how that intent gets executed. With plain function calling, tools are static and locked to one provider's format. With MCP, they're discovered at runtime, reusable across any client, and credentials stay isolated on the server side. The AI never touches your API keys. Claude Desktop was the first host, turning Claude from a text-only chatbot into an assistant that reads local files and queries databases. But the most visible success story is Cursor. Developers connected to GitHub, Postgres, Sentry, Linear, Figma, Playwright, extending the AI coding agent with live context from their actual stack. Block, formerly Square, open-sourced Goose, a Rust-based AI agent framework built entirely on MCP. Thousands of their engineers use it weekly. OpenAI added MCP to ChatGPT Desktop and the Agents SDK. GitHub ships an official MCP server. AWS launched support in Bedrock across 14 regions. The ecosystem now has over 5,800 cataloged servers, 300 clients and SDKs in 8 languages. TypeScript, Python, Java, Kotlin, C#, Go, Ruby, and PHP. Commercial players are moving fast too. Runlayer raised $11 million to build enterprise MCP infrastructure. Docker launched an MCP catalog for containerized servers. Cloudflare offers OAuth secured remote hosting. MCP is not a silver bullet, and you need to know the sharp edges. Token bloat is the biggest practical problem. Every connected server injects tool definitions into the context window, consuming tokens even when those tools go unused. Research has documented up to 236 times input token inflation in worst cases. More tools can actually make the model perform worse, not better. Security is genuinely concerning. Prompt injection through MCP is the #1 risk. Researchers demonstrated tool poisoning attacks, malicious instructions hidden in tool descriptions, invisible to users but visible to the model, that can steal private data. And roughly 2/3 of open source MCP servers show poor security practices. And performance overhead matters. Reported baseline latency is 300 to 800 milliseconds per call. Add serverless cold starts and you're looking at over 2 seconds. MCP works well as an intelligence layer. It's a bad idea in latency-sensitive request paths. So when should you skip it? When you own both sides of the integration and a direct API call is simpler. When you need sub-100 millisecond latency. When you're prototyping with a single provider and native function calling is faster to wire up. MCP went from Anthropic experiment to Linux Foundation standard in 13 months. That speed of adoption doesn't happen unless the problem is real and the solution is good enough. It's not perfect, the security model has real gaps. Token bloat is a design tension that isn't fully resolved. Performance limits where you can use it. But for connecting AI to the tools and data sources developers actually use, files, databases, APIs, services, nothing else has this level of cross-platform support. Think of it as early infrastructure, rough around the edges, clearly the direction everything is moving. If you're building with AI, MCP is worth understanding now, before it's just the water you swim in.